What's up, everybody? This is Batsman Fan, and this is episode 42. I'm going to be using this format that I use this time. I'm going to give you all a preview of what I've actually got before you even have to watch the whole video. So, I mean, pretty much it depends on sort of like the format, if you will, but you'll get a good shot at everything that's going to be coming up in the video within that first 30 seconds, and then you can make the determination, hey, I want to stick around. I don't want to stick around. Whatever it wants to be. There's no big guessing game there if I'm using that format. And, I might put a teaser in there every once in a while. You never know. But anyways, let's just get rolling. This is one auction. One auction. One man. One mission. One auction. That's it. One auction. I'll tell you the price after this. So as you can see on the back of this, someone marked $17.50 on this one. All these are first prints except for one, and one of them is actually signed. So the first comic in this auction is Batman and Robin, #1, first print. All these comics I would say would grade in the 9.4 to 9.8 region, and I would think they would do that fairly easy. Really glad to add this copy. I have a copy of this already, but I'll need to do a comparison to see which one is in better shape. But I'm really glad to add this to my collection. So there's the first #1. The next one, I also have a copy of this. This is Flash #1, first print. The next one, Batman, The Dark Knight, #1, first print. Story on this. I bought first print, and it's crazy to even talk about it. I bought this book, and every other comic book, no variants in there, is the first prints on all of them. Every other book in this Batman The Dark Knight run. I don't know what everybody else was smoking. I don't know what happened, but I bought this, and all the other 20 or 30 or 40, however many there are, 30 something I think, $5 shipped. $5. I got that like a year or so ago. But I got every one of them in the run for $5 shipped. I really felt bad for the seller. And I really contemplated like just giving him some extra money because that's just ridiculous that I was able to make that haul. But anyways, this is Batman the Dark Knight, the first print, and it was also in this auction. Let's look at another #1. What the heck? Okay, this is Action Comics #1, and this is actually the cover that holds the most value. I believe this is the second print. Correct me out there if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the second print, and this one is the neatest looking cover. It's by Jim Lee, and it has the most value to it. So, cool. That is the first print of Action Comics #1, and it's a Rags Morales cover. I think it's a really cool cover. That Jim Lee cover, though, this one right here, it is bad A. I did not have this comic before now, so I am glad to have this one. I've got this one, but really glad to have that one. The next one, Superboy #1. Not a whole lot of value here, but it's got some value. It's #1. It's first print. I have this one already as well. But hey, nice to add to the collection. Let's see what's coming up next. Alright, I know nothing about this one. This one does not have a lot of value to it. It's pretty much face value, if that. It's Dial H. I don't know much about that. But it's really cool to have it. I guess. Heck, I don't know. Whatever. The next one, now this book is a hot book. I bought this. Unfortunately, I spent up to get this a little while back. I think I had it in a video of mine. But this is Justice League Dark #1, the first print from the New 52. The book is rising in price just due to the fact that the possibility of a movie's coming. So to get their very first appearance in a comic, though, as far as the Justice League, you're gonna need to go to Swamp Thing number 49, I believe, for the cameo, and Swamp Thing number 50 for their actual first credited appearance. That Swamp Thing, the original run. So glad to get this book. The next one, I have a copy of this already, but mine, I actually got lucky enough to buy one that it was it's got like a little dot or something right here. It looks like a little water stain, and it was recalled. My other one that I have, so that other one that's recalled is rarer than this one, but it's cool now to have both covers. This is the first print, I believe, as well. I'll just go ahead and get to this one. Detective Comics #1, first print. This is a $30 plus book. Really nice shape. It is first print. I have a first print of this already. Whenever I get my CBCS books back, I will tell you the story about how I acquired this book originally, and Batman #1, and several other comics in that run. But I'm gonna wait until I get my CBC or my CGC books back that I had Capullo sign. So really cool though. This book's got some value to it. The next one, Justice League #1. Another really cool book. I have this one in CGC SS form, signed by several different people. I think I've got Jeff Johns that signed it. Jim Lee. I want to say maybe Scott Williams is on there too. And I think there's even a John Romita Jr. signature on there, although I don't think he did anything on this actual book. But he has helped do some other work on some of the other characters. But first print, Justice League #1. Next one. It's almost ridiculous, folks. All this in one auction. 12 comic books. Superman #1. First print. I actually got this the other day, if y'all are watching. I got almost a complete run of Superman New 52 with annuals and variants, 3D variants, for $60 the other day. And you can watch one of my other videos. I think it was like video maybe 38, 40, somewhere in there. Next one, Teen Titans #1. I do not have this book, so that was nice to be able to acquire this book. And this book is actually signed by Norm Rapman. Take a little bit closer look at that. Just from brief research, that does look like a Norm Rapman signature to me. I could be wrong, but it looks like it's probably going to be authentic. There's no COA with it, but it's still really nice to have. So, and this is not a comic book I previously owned for a change. All those other ones, I pretty much had them all. So, nice to add this one to my collection. The next one, this is Superman Unchained #1, and this is one of the variants. I can't remember if this is like the 90s variant or it's one of those variants. I can't remember if I think it's 90s. I think it's the 90s variant. Let me see if I can figure out who did this cover, if it gives them credit on here. I can't see. I don't think this is a Jim Lee, but I can't remember either. It's the Modern Age Superman by Jerry Ordway with Alex Sinclair on it as well. And then last but not least, I have Wonder Woman #1. I picked up Wonder Woman #1 through 10 at a Half Price Books probably about 6 months or so ago. But I've already got this one too. But it's Wonder Woman 1, first print. Glad to have it. Glad to have another one. I'll compare it to the one that I found at Half Price Books, where I paid half price on all of them, half a cover. So I spent $1.50 for that originally. So I'll just line them all back up. feel like playing that Nelly song, I Am Number One, man. Look at all this. This is just amazing. I still cannot believe I was the only person that bid on this auction too. I'm very surprised that I'm the only person who bid on this auction. It's just really pretty remarkable to me. So let's get down to what I paid for it. I won this auction for the grand total price of $59. $59 is what I won this auction for. All number ones, all in 9294 and upgrades, and I feel very confident in that grading. I feel like they should all score in that higher upper grade. It cost me like $6 to $7 to have it shipped to me. The seller did a fantastic job in shipping this to me. I have not seen any damage to them from the shipping. I was very precise, and I started being very precise with how I want my comics shipped to me. And this seller did an outstanding job. So for $66, that is a haul, man. The Detective Comics books, it's a $30 book by itself. This is an expensive book. I'm not sure what the current prices are on this Dark Knight book. I know at one time this fetched pretty good money. Flash number one, this second print, I mean, I made my money back. And that Justice League Dark as book as well as Heart right now, I made all my money back just on a couple, maybe 3 books. Would make that $60 back. I need to compare these to my other copies to see which ones are the better copies. But man, that is a phenomenal haul. And I'm not worried about, that they're fixing to be done. A lot of these are ending at issue number 52. And then they're going to have this rebirth of ripping you off and taking your money and market ploy. And that's where they're going to take all the... they'll have like 1 month for rebirth issues, and then they're going to start all of it over again after issue number 52. So, but I'm not worried about that hurting the value on these. These are great stories, great art, so I don't think it'll affect it that much. So, anyways, thank you all very much for watching, and I've got more action figures coming up, more CGCs coming up. I've still got 2 huge comics that I got knocked off my list. So, hey, got some good stuff to come. So thank you all very much for watching, and that's all, folks.